Hey folks, what's up? My name is Sir Medieval, and yesterday was quite the sad day for game development. A blow was certainly dealt to the industry, and it stems from a situation between Unity and SpatialOS. If you don't know what Unity is, it's a cross-platform game engine developed by Unity Technologies, first announced and released in 2005, over 13 years ago. Over the years, it's become a real heavy hitter in the gaming industry alongside the Unreal Engines and others. I personally, a long time ago, had the brief pleasure of playing around with the Unity engine, trial version of course, and back then as now, the potential it held was very great. Now though, it's unclear what will become of it. On one side of things, we have people switching away from the engine, feeling that this controversy as well as a few others were signs of Unity's downfall. And on the other, we have people that feel that Unity was completely in the right in this regard. For more backstory on what happened this day, on January 10th, 2019, it was announced that Unity was pulling licensing from SpatialOS and the company behind it named Improbable. On Unity's side, 2 weeks ago they took action of turning off Improbable's Unity editor license keys, due to them being in violation of their EULA, which they also told them in writing about 6 months ago and in person over a year ago. This was because of Improbable making unauthorized and improper use of Unity's technology and name in connection with the development, sale, and marketing of its products. Back in December, Unity changed its terms of service to be more clear about their distribution/streaming services, which could have also been related to this. Their perspective is, we terminated our relationship with Improbable due to a failed negotiation with them after they violated our terms of service. Projects that are currently in production or live using SpatialOS are not affected by any actions we have taken with Improbable. If a game developer runs a Unity-based game server on their own servers or generic cloud instances like GCP, AWS, or Azure, they are covered by our EULA. We have never communicated to any game developer that they should stop operating a game that runs using Improbable as a service. So what happened and why, says Unity? Partnering with technology companies is key to our approach in providing a robust game engine across many platforms. As such, we were excited to listen and explore ideas with Improbable, where we started to discuss more than 2 years ago. Unfortunately, Improbable chose an approach which does not involve partnering with Unity, but instead involves making unauthorized and improper use of Unity's technology. More than a year ago, we told Improbable in person that they were violating our terms of service or EULA. 6 months ago, we informed Improbable about the violation in writing. Recent actions did not come as a surprise to Improbable. In fact, they've known about this for months. 2 weeks ago, we took the action of turning off Improbable's Unity editor license keys. This is a unique case, and not a situation we take lightly. But Improbable left us no choice. This was the only course of action to protect the integrity and value of our technology and Unity developers. We believe that even though Improbable is violating our EULA, game developers should never pay the price for that. We have been clear with Improbable that games currently in production or games that are live are currently unaffected, and we would have expected them to be honest with their community about this information. Unfortunately, this information is misrepresented in Improbable's blog. We are genuinely disappointed that we have been unable to come to an agreement with Improbable, and their improper use continued until we took the action we did. Despite this fact, we can assure developers that they will be able to continue development while we resolve our dispute. We are committed to ensuring that the developers will receive support for any outstanding questions or issues as we work through this problem. On Improbable's side, they do mirror the same thing, however they do say that as a result of Unity blocking SpatialOS and the TOS service on December 5th to specifically disallow services like Improbable to function with their engine, SpatialOS games both released and in development are now in breach of their terms, which means they will no longer or will have a very difficult time trying to continue development on these games without hopefully trying to partner with other engines to see if they can help support engine transitions for customers hit by this change. This will affect several games, including ones like Mavericks, Scavengers, Worlds Adrift, Lazarus, Metaworld, Forsaken Legends, and more. One of which I know personally is called Fractured MMO. One of the key selling points of this game was that it was being developed with SpatialOS and being back-ended by Unity. I spoke about this game in my upcoming top 10 crowdfunded MMOs of 2018 to 2019 video, and also joined the content creator program, although I haven't received any updates on that count. From what I was able to see in some of the comments related to this story, DYNAMIGHT Studios and the people behind Fractured stated that they were going to keep working on Alpha 1 in hopes that Unity would realize their mistake and reverse the decision in a few days. However, they did not say what would happen if they didn't, which means this could get very bad for games. Chronicles of Illyria, another highly anticipated crowdfunded MMO, did beforehand conduct development with SpatialOS, but ended up removing it as its primary engine a time ago in favor of the Unreal Engine. It seems Soulbound Studios has definitely dodged a bullet there, or maybe they saw this coming. That is definitely one game alongside many others, including Fractured, that I hope won't be affected by this and keep going strong. Some of us might really need them. And just to give you an update, around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time last night, Unreal Engine maker EpicGames and Improbable have teamed up to announce a $25 million fund that they say will assist developers who are left in limbo by the new engine and service incompatibilities that were introduced today, to transition to more open services, engines, and ecosystem. The money for this fund will be drawn from the Unreal Dev Grants, Improbable Developer Assistant Funds, and Epic Games Store funding, among other sources, Epic said. Epic Games' partnership with Improbable and the integration of Improbable's cloud-based development platform SpatialOS is based on shared values and a shared belief in how companies should work together to support mutual customers in a straightforward, no-surprise way. Well, that does make me think about a few things, but I'd like to know what you folks think as well. Honestly, with Epic Games and how they've been going with their store and taking developers away from Steam, it seems like they've been making some mad moves all over the place. But now it looks like they've claimed Improbable and SpatialOS as well, so I'm curious as to what this will mean for the future. If you don't already know, one of the reasons that Epic Games and their store is able to pull so many developers away from platforms like Steam is because of the low cost it takes to publish it there. Steam takes a much bigger cut than the Epic Games store, so that's very incentive for indie developers and companies that don't want to spend the money. It'll be very interesting to see how much it grows as a result of this. There's no real way to say what went down between Improbable and Unity to cause this breach of EULA, but there are a lot of theories as to what might have transpired, and even more popping up as a result of that news, such as it might have been planned. But one thing is for sure, there will be consequences, and so I pass that to you folks. If you have thoughts or comments on the matter and what you think might have happened, please be sure to discuss in the comments below. We'll have to see what the future holds on this one, but thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night or day. Farewell.